Hello. Hi. How we doing? How we doing? Ah, God, what a day. Hey, what a day. Ah, I don't know if any of you have got the link, but I'm gonna start posting the stream. In my server hasn't picked up that I'm streaming, so I guess I gotta do it. New home stuff. Yeah, so I'm only streaming for probably 40 minutes, 45 minutes today. Just talking about the No Way Home stuff. And the new No Way Home stuff. So hopefully you're all having a good day. Dr. Otto Octavius. Yes, I know, right? Funny name. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, people that don't like that, I like it. There you go. That's a hi. How we doing? How we doing today? How we doing? So, do I do YouTube full time? That's a good question, actually. No, I don't. I don't do YouTube full time. I work. I actually work in a bar. I work in a pub. So yeah, I don't work YouTube full time. I work bar part time and YouTube part time. I do like half and half, I'd say. So you're not Peter Parker. Yeah, I know, right? So this is sick. We got so much more to talk about. So I just want to address that. I said I was going to be doing more live streams because the one that we did after the trailer came out did really well, and I'm I'm very aware that that did better than any other live stream probably would anyway, because it's it's just after the trailer, so of course many more people are going to be partial to watching. However, I also do want to point out that um that, like, yeah, I just love doing these live streams. I love talking to you guys in person, and well, not in person, but apart from being like typing in the comments, I like talking to you guys here. So that's really cool. So I want to do more of these. You know what I mean? So I'm watching Star Wars versus the Forces of Evil. What's that? I've never heard of that. The Star of it. I said Star Wars. I said Star Wars. Happy Thanksgiving. It is Thanksgiving right now. I didn't actually know until late today. I didn't actually realize, because we don't celebrate Thanksgiving in the UK. But yeah, happy Thanksgiving to anyone. Would it be a clone or a scroll? You know what? If they did have scrolls in this movie, that'd be very interesting. If you remember, one of the earlier rumors for this movie was that Peter Parker was actually going to have his identity fixed by using a scroll. So basically, how it would work is Peter would come in the costume, and then a scroll would be Peter Parker, and that's how they do that. But yeah, that's how they do it. I was one of the earlier. Yo, Protocol, what's going on? Bubs, hi Bubs. How you doing? You work in a pub too? Sick, man. Working in a pub is so sick. It's so nice to work in a pub. I always thought that, like, working behind a bar would be really stressful, but it's not. Yo, what's going on, guys? How we all doing? Tell this to Polly. To carry me. I can't read Spanish, but does that have something to do with Emma Stone? You look like Emma Stone, maybe? Do you? I'm good, man. How you doing? I'm doing good, thanks, man. I'm doing really good. I'm doing really, really good. Yes, Holly's right. Me and her do work in the same pub. We do work in the same pub, in fact. When we're looking at TV spots, well, I'm going to talk about them. I'm going to talk about them, and we're going to discuss. I'm just promoting the stream right now, and then we'll get to talking about the TV spots. And I'll go through them one by one. I'll go through the posters, and we'll talk about them. I want to get your thoughts. Once again, because I can't use OBS because of the whole trying to get things up on screen, and I had a lot of technical issues. I can't actually bring them up so we can talk about them that way, but I will try my best. I will try my best. Uh, yeah. Will Spider-Man No Way Home have a classic suit? Uh, no. From what we've seen from everything that's been advertised for the movie, it doesn't look like it'll have a classic suit. Happy Thanksgiving. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, people. You look nothing like Emma Stone. Yeah, I don't think Holly looks like Emma Stone. I think there's been a lot of people that have said Holly looks like Gwen Stacy before. Like just generally. I don't know if you've ever seen a picture of Holly. You might have done if you're in my server. If you're not, shameless plug, go into the description down below and go and get on the Discord. So yeah, I don't think I really do either. I probably will when I go blonder. Well, no, you do look like Gwen Stacy. You don't look like Emma Stone though. You look like Gwen Stacy from the comics. You look like comic book Gwen Stacy. So comic accuracy is there. Emma Stone's the one that's not comic accurate. Yeah, screw you, Emma Stone. Not comic accurate. So yeah, let's look at these TV spots then, shall we? Well, actually, let's start with the posters. New No Way Home posters. I had nothing prepared for this at all. I've just got to type it in. Okay, so let's start with the main poster. The one you guys know which one. Should I flip my camera around? Maybe see. Oh yeah, I forgot. I have videos with you on the channel as well, don't I? Yeah. So the posters. What do you guys think of the new posters? If you've seen them, if not, give them a quick Google search. Well, what do you guys think of the new posters? I'm doing Bully Maguire dances as well. Yep, Bully Maguire. That's the one. That's the one. But yeah, what do you think of the new posters? Are they cool? Do you like the new posters? I like the new posters. I think the poster with Doctor Strange, MJ, and Spider-Man in the middle, one of the best MCU Spider-Man posters that's ever been made. Yeah, I really like the new one that's been released today. They released 3 actually. They released this one, then they released another one with Spidey and Doctor Strange, and then they released another one. I think just Spider-Man. They look okay. I think this one looks really nice. My God, this is the most bootleg stream ever. I'm gonna hold on. Look, there you go. Ha ha! This one. We're talking about this. Oh my God, Streamception. Yeah, so we're talking about this one, this poster. God, I'm so bootleg, bro. I'm so bootleg. I can't stream. Oh my God, Bubs donated £1.79. Oh, thank you so much for the donation. I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed. Oh, thank you. You're so cute. I'll give it you back once I get home. Once I get in tonight. I'll give it you back. I feel bad taking your money. Yeah, so I really like this poster. But I do think that there will be other posters released, and I reckon after the movie comes out, I reckon we'll get some posters with Toby and Andrew as well. So I can't wait to see what they look like. What do you think we'll get some Toby and Andrew posters after the movie comes out? Possibly. Hello, babes. Stealth is here. Welcome to the stream, Stealth. How you doing, my guy? Hopefully you're doing well. Oh, so now Meeseeks in my server decided to post a stream. Now I've added everyone twice. Now I feel really bad. God, you can't trust the guy. Yeah, so I don't know. There's nothing really else to say about the posters, is there? I might introduce Bully Andrew and Bully Holland. Oh my God, could you actually imagine? Like if they they somehow managed to reference the dancers. It's not out of the question though, because they did reference the dancers in Into the Spider-Verse. That's for sure. I hope the Imax poster is great because for some reasons they have been the weakest of the other MCU Spider-Man posters. Yeah, you know what? You're not too wrong there. Actually, I'm gonna go look up the Imax posters now. The Imax posters. I do agree with that. Actually, the Homecoming one I didn't mind so much. Oh God, what? Okay. Oh, Sony Vegas. The Homecoming IMAX poster, I didn't mind so much. Everyone, I remember when it came out and everyone was saying that it was really bad. Just because the characters were, there was too many characters, and I can see what they mean, but saying poster making is a dying art just because this poster is got a lot of characters on it, it's a bit over exaggerated, really, in my opinion. I didn't mind this poster. Like, there's so many more good posters for Homecoming, like the one with Iron Man and Spider-Man kind of drawn in like a cartoony style with the white border. That was a great one. The more artistic, like end credits sticker kind of one was really cool. The one where he's just lying down with the city above him with the yellow Midtown jacket on, that was cool. There's so many good posters. But the Far From Home one was a bit The IMAX poster for Far From Home was that, like, they didn't even bother to make it look like Nick Fury was. I'm looking at it right now, and Nick Fury looks so he looks lower quality than the rest of the poster, and so does Mysterio, to be fair. Who believes this is Tom Holland's last outing as Spider-Man? Not me. Actually, you know what? Let's talk about that. That's a good thing to talk about. No, I don't. I don't believe it's Tom Holland's last outing as Spider-Man. How could it be? How could it be? You can't. This man said a couple of years ago, I don't know if you guys remember, this man said a couple of years ago that this guy was he was like, I'm gonna be Spider-Man, for years. He said that he wanted to as well, and he continues to say that he wants to. It's just that he says that, I think the reason why he says he won't be playing Spider-Man until he's 30, or he doesn't want to be, is because I think he wants to move on to other projects as well. As an actor, you don't just want to be known as Spider-Man, Like, for example, for me, if I was to put this example on myself, I won't, like, when I grow up, I don't want to be known as the guy who made Spider-Man YouTube videos or the guy who worked in a pub. You know what I mean? I want to do my uni degree and go on to do bigger and better things in the future. Maybe even on YouTube. You know? Uh I don't know, like make different videos in the future. I don't want to do this forever. Like, but I love doing this, but it's just the same sort of principle. You don't want to do the same thing forever. You don't want to be known for the same thing. And I think it's like that. But yes, I do believe that he will come back as Spider-Man. Anyway, I've got a lot to catch up on. You're so lucky to move. Oh, Stealth, thank you for the $5, man. Hey, man, that's so kind of you. You guys are madness, man. Thank you very much. Mwah. Mwah. I love you. Keep up the good work. You too, man. You too. You keep up the good work too. We are, we out here. Thank you very much. You're lucky the movie comes out on the 15th, while the US is the 17th. You have to, yeah, I know. I was like kind of gassed, but also I felt bad at the same time. I felt bad. But yes, I will be seeing it on the 14th, actually, of December. Technically the 15th, but the 14th. I'm going to go see the midnight release of No Way Home. So I'm going to go on the 14th to see it. Obviously starts on the 15th on the 2nd. So, yeah. Now we still got Venom. Yeah, then also we've got Venom coming to the MCU. So, and this isn't a Venom Spider-Man movie. This is just a Spider-Man, Spider-Verse movie. So, we're not going to have, it's not going to be his last outing, is it really? What else have we got here? Let's have a look. Kiss, Marry, Kill, Tom, Andrew, Toby. Oh god, this is an interesting one. So my feminine side will be coming out. I feel like Tom Holland is a good person to marry. I'm gonna kill Toby Maguire because Toby, don't know. I don't know if I've ever said this. I'm not much for him as a person. I've said that in my Discord server multiple times. He's not a bad person, but I'm just not much for him. I'll probably marry Tom and kiss Andrew. To be honest with you, I can type, I swear. How would you feel if it was? What was that, Braga? How would I feel if what was? I'm so confused. If anything, Tom is going to get another trilogy with him in college. Yes, he is. Most likely. Definitely. I don't see him not getting a trilogy with him not in college. because of how popular the character is. I mean, we got to consider that uh, we got to consider that MCU Spider-Man is the most popular Spider-Man there has ever been, and partly that is to do with the MCU, partly that is also to do with the revival of the character through Homecoming and Far From Home being better movies than TASM 2 per se. Critically and financially, that's not just me saying that you can't like TASM 2, but critically and financially, better movies than TASM 2. Uh, Tom Holland is he's the most popular Spider-Man to have ever been. They will make more movies with him. Financially, as a studio, not making more movies with Tom Holland is a critical and financial fumble. That's just my opinion anyway. Thank you for the $5 again, Swaggy. Thank you, thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, I'm blessed with these donations. This is thank you very much. How awesome, crazy, and brutal will Tom Holland versus the Green Goblin be? Oh my god, it will be insane. Because I saw someone point this out not too long ago. I can't remember if it was in my comment section or it was on my Discord or it was in a random comment section. But I remember seeing someone say that every Spider-Man villain has, or most of the Spider-Man villains, or most of the MCU villains, sorry, has been mostly relatable ones that are, you can almost align yourselves with their motives. Like Vulture, he's a family man, he loves people, but Norman is psychotic. Like he's like the Joker in a way, not as Jokerish as you think he would be, but as the Joker, should I say? But yeah, Norman is absolutely insane. And someone pointed out that Spider-Man going up against this type of villain, we haven't seen that before in the MCU. And that's going to be really interesting. And I think that's going to be really interesting. I'm glad they pointed that out. I'm sorry if you're here right now or you're in the Discord server, you're in the comment section. I can't remember who it was, but I remember reading that someone pointed that out. So we'll go back to the other questions in a second. I think Tom probably can see the Spider-Man films. I think Tom probably can see the Spider-Man films coming to an end in the near future, as there have been a lot. They carry on too long, people may lose interest. That's the thing that people are also saying. MCU fatigue, as people are calling it. The thing is, I don't think that'll happen with Spider-Man, just because Spider-Man has a lot more to offer in the MCU right now than any other character. Coming out of Endgame, Spider-Man is the character that has the most to offer, just because he's Spider-Man. Just because he's Spider-Man. And the thing is, it was that way when he came in Civil War. He had the most potential. I don't think any other character has, no matter what. It's Spider-Man. You know what I mean? So people will always love Spider-Man. And I think even if the MCU dies, Spider-Man will carry on a little bit longer, but eventually, obviously, people will lose interest. Glad to get in the movie early. Yeah, man, we're eating good on the 15th. Andrew is your twin, so you're kissing yourself. Andrew's definitely not my twin. I look nothing like Andrew Garfield. Holly says this all the time. She says a lot like Andrew Garfield. I look nothing like Andrew Garfield. How would you feel if this was his last Spidey film? How would I feel? I'd be extremely sad, because I can't deal with another reboot. Because the thing is, though, I grew up with the Andrew films. I grew up with those films. I technically grew up with the Tobey Maguire films, but I watched them more later. I did watch them before the Andrew ones, but I was a kid, couldn't really understand, went back, watched them. The Andrew films, TASM 1 was the first Spider-Man film I ever saw in cinemas. And god damn, it was great. I was a little bit too young to see Spider-Man 3. I couldn't have done. I was 5, I think, when Spider-Man 3 came out. TASM 1, I was 10. TASM 1, I was 10. So that was the first Spider-Man film I saw in cinemas. And then going on to the MCU stuff, rebooted not that long after. And then, if this was his last Spidey film, Sony are then going to reboot the character again, supposedly because Spider-Man brings in the big P, you know what I mean? The big dollar. It's going to be like a 2-year reboot, 2-3 year, maybe 4 at most reboot, maybe 5 at most. I'd be extremely sad. I love this version of the character. Tom Holland, I think, is the best Spider-Man character we've got, and he's the most in-depth Spider-Man character. I think he's the most well-developed Spider-Man character we've gotten. And the fact that Tom's willing to carry that on, and you can see, well, Sony definitely will, and Marvel Studios will, from a financial standpoint, want to carry that on. I'll be extremely sad if this is his last one. I'm very invested in the character. I don't want to get invested in another one. Anyway, I could go in a full rant about that. I might make a video essay about that one day, actually, because that's something I actually wanted to talk about. I don't have much more to talk about on Spider-Man in terms of video essays, which is why they've calmed down in like the last half year or so. But yeah, that's something I could still talk about. I feel like Miles will be introduced too, not in this movie, I don't think, but I think in one of the college Peter movies, I think Miles will be introduced very soon. Then Tom will have more movies. Yeah, there's going to be a third Spider-Man No Way Home trailer. Is that true? I've heard that's true. You see, it's kind of a hit and miss with that because some big movies do 3 trailers. They do a teaser, then 2 main trailers. They usually do the other next main trailer before the movie comes out. TASM 2 did this. I'm pretty sure TASM 1 did this. I know Infinity War didn't. I know Endgame didn't. I know Civil War didn't. So there's a couple movies that didn't. Civil War had 2 trailers. Civil War had 2. Infinity War had 2. Endgame had 2. Far From Home had... Homecoming had 3. Homecoming had 3. Far From Home had 2. I think Far From Home had 2. Yeah, Far From Home had 2 main trailers. It had the teaser trailer where it didn't spoil Endgame, and then it had the second trailer which did spoil Endgame. So yeah, it's a hit and miss. Personally, in my opinion, I don't think they need a third trailer. I think everyone's hooked off the second one. I think everyone's hooked. I won't be annoyed at a third trailer because I know obviously big marketing push. Still. Oh, Bob, thank you for the 89 pence. You don't have to do that. Oh, I'm so blessed with these donations. Okay, I'll see you later. I love you so much. I'll see you tonight. I will see you tonight. Yeah, isn't she so cute? No, I love you. Okay. Right. Green Goblin is straight up Carnage 2.0. Yeah, man. I mean, he's not as hectic, but he's certainly up there. Sinister Sixes in the movie consists of Green Goblin, Doc Ock, Sandman, Electro, Lizard, and another person. Do you think it's going to be? The more and more we get closer to No Way Home, I don't actually think there's going to be a 6th villain, because remember there was those rumors. There was those rumors ages ago that there was going to be 6 villains, and then it was Rhino, and then there's some saying it was Mysterio and Vulture, and even Scorpion cropped up. And Scorpion was the one that I favored the most to be the main villain, the 6th or the villain, just because of how the story lined up. Nothing to do with rumors or anything, just the way the story lined up. I thought Scorpion was probably the best bet. But the closer we get to the film, they are less being advertised as the Sinister Six, and rather just a group of villains that happen to come together because of the multiverse to try and kill Spider-Man. It seems less like we're going to team up to take him down, rather than we're a group of villains that are trapped. Let's try and get home. You know what I mean? So I don't think there's a 6th villain. If there is, then I don't know why they wouldn't have shown him in the trailer by now, him or her. You never know. So I don't know. Why is the Sandman being a villain, as he didn't die in the last time we saw him, and like the rest died in their movies? Well, Lizard didn't die. Sandman didn't die. Electro did. Doc Ock did. Green Goblin did. I don't know. That's something that does confuse me. I do think that potentially Lizard can be skewed into maybe like the Lizard dying could be potentially more of a metaphor than like anything. So it's not that Dr. Connors himself is dead, but the Lizard died when the serum went off. You know what I mean? The cure in TASM 1. When the Peter put the cure in the Denali device, or whatever it's Denali device, whatever it was called, and it went off. That's when the Lizard, quote unquote, died, because he was cured. So maybe that's how they're getting it. That I don't know. In terms of Sandman, maybe that moment in Spider-Man 3 where he gets sucked into the water, into the drains, and that's what he's dead at that point. Maybe, I don't know. That's the only ways I can think about it. Even if they moved to Miles instead of a new Peter. Oh yeah, well, I totally forgot about that. Yeah, no, if they moved to Miles, that'd be fine. I'd be totally fine with that. But I think Peter needs a little bit more time in the MCU before Miles jumps in. Because I think if they just did Miles, it'd just be like doing Peter again. Just because it's like we're dealing with an unexperienced Spider-Man become more experienced. Now we're dealing with an unexperienced Spider-Man becoming more experienced. And we've got, I feel like we have to go from an unexperienced Spider-Man and Peter Parker becoming experienced, showing us how he's experienced, dealing with those adult life problems, then training a new Spider-Man, almost passing the torch. Miles becomes more of a reflection of Peter's legacy, maybe even taking some elements from Into the Spider-Verse of how you can metaphorically wear the mask and all that kind of stuff, and possibly do. I think that's probably the best way to do it. Spider-Man doesn't need another reboot. No, it doesn't. I hope we get the next trailer. We don't need it. It's less than a month away. TV spots are enough. Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of TV spots. I mean, this always happens. People will say it's too much, but it's the TV spots. They're TV spots. You'll see them all over TV. You'll see these TV spots everywhere. They make loads of them just because they make different ones to cover different aspects of the movie, and then they play. And I guess some of it is to do with showing obviously the different parts of the movie to advertise it. Apparently, after No Way Home, Tom's going to be getting an animated series on Disney Plus and another movie with Peter Parker being older, maybe in college. Yes, so Spider-Man freshman year, something I haven't actually talked about on the channel yet. I'm planning to make a video on it and talk more in depth instead of just this is happening like I usually do with the news videos. I want to talk more in depth about it because I think there's a lot of potential with that series, and I really want to talk about it. However, I haven't gotten around to talking about it yet. So, but yes, there will be an animated series, Spider-Man freshman year, and it's going to be really, really cool. Supposedly taking place before Captain America Civil War, and Tom's Spider-Man just after he got bitten by the spider. Honestly, I'm so fed up of Iron Boy Jr. He's not Iron Boy Jr. I don't think so. He's not. He's not. I don't think he's Iron Boy Jr. I don't think he ever has been. I can see why people make that argument, but he's Spider-Man. I made a video on Spider-Man Homecoming and explaining why he isn't quote unquote Iron Boy Jr. Because in the movie he literally defies Tony Stark. Like Tony Stark tells him not to go after the Vulture, and then he goes after the Vulture. It's like he's not Iron Man's bitch in a way. Sorry, excuse my language. Yeah, I just think I'm not partial to that argument is all I'm gonna say. I do think he's not. I have a bunch of reasons why. I made a video on it quite a while ago actually now, probably earlier this year. My brother wanted Andrew Spider-Man to be in the MCU. He wants to include Miles Morales. Yeah, I want Miles Morales to be included eventually. I really do. I think Tom needs more time at the moment, but I certainly want to see Miles. I think what would be cool is if they take a PS4 route and have Miles be introduced as just a normal character at first, and then maybe he gets bitten by a spider, 2-3 movies in. That would be really cool. Setting up his character. And a way they could do that is through Feast. They could have maybe Rio Morales work at Feast, and that's how they introduce Miles. Because Feast is in No Way Home, so that's why that's getting introduced. And supposedly Aunt May works there as well. So that would have been cool. A fan of the Tasman movies. I've heard that they will catch up with what happened to the living villains after their movies ended. It's very much a possibility they could do that. It's just, I think with the way that the movie's structured, if they just come in as like a surprise as they enter, I think it's hard to then flash back without interrupting the flow of the movie. So I doubt that unless they do it at the start and then just kind of ignore that I don't know. I mean, there'll definitely be exposition surrounding that. They'll definitely talk about it. I don't know how they'll do it, though, if they show it. Maybe Doctor Strange doesn't really know that every villain died, and Toby and Andrew will tell Tom that they maybe saved Lizard and Sandman. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think that's very much a possibility. That's very much a possibility. I do agree there. That's a good point. I do agree that could happen. Because I assume Otto will tell Doctor Strange that he died, well, was going to die. Goblin might have pitched in with that at some point, and Doctor Strange is like, they'll die. And then Toby and Andrew come in and they're like, well, yeah. Because Lizard and Sandman, if they got took right before they were about to die, they wouldn't know if they were going to die or not. So maybe that's the way they did it. The villains come into the universe that Tom's Spider-Man is in before they die, their respective movies. Why Doctor Strange saying that they're all going to die? Yep. Will you continue the new animated series? I've been close to doing that video on several occasions. I have actually. I always put it off though because I always favor doing other videos over it. I will get to it at one point, but it's not my favorite piece of Spider-Man media. It's I like it. But it's not my favorite piece. I will do something with it eventually, I think. I didn't think about when it came to Lizard and Sandman's death. Yeah, I didn't either. You were gonna make a video about this too, theorizing about it. Yeah, I mean it's a big talking point, really. We can talk about this all day. It's gonna be mental. I've heard we're getting Spider-Man 4 and TASM 3. Actually, this is something I want to talk about. I know we went completely off topic with this video. Well, actually, technically, we're still this live stream. Sorry, but technically, we're still talking about the TV spots because new stuff was out in the TV spots. Like the are you Peter Parker? No. Or is this your Peter Parker or whatever? Yes. Anyways, so Spider-Man 4 and TASM 3. I heard the rumors too. I think what's interesting about this is that if you go back about 6 months, maybe 6 months, a little bit longer, probably a lot more longer. Actually, no, I'm going to check right now. You guys are going to see my point in a second. You were kidding? No, 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 this is not a joke. Seriously, there are rumors. There are rumors. No, there are really rumors. Self, there are really rumors. Bye, Aaron. Yeah, go. Have fun. Have fun at university. Yes. Sorry, excuse me. I am going to pull up my videos. God, I'm looking at all my old No Way Home videos, and God, they really did get stuff right. Green Goblin and Sandman coming back for MCU Spider-Man 3. That was right. Oh my God, Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield on set filming. God damn, some of these leaks were true. Some of these leaks were true. Tobey Maguire seen at Spider-Man 3 costume fitting. We got the images of that. Doc Ock rumored. Anyway, this getting off topic here. Right. Let's have a look. Are Andrew and Toby Spider-Man actually in? Okay, so besides the point, I'm trying to look for my video. Oh, there you go. A year ago. Over a year ago. Spider-Man 4 and Amazing Spider-Man 3 confirmed Spider-Verse rumors and discussion. This is a video I made over a year ago now about No Way Home. And it was rumored that there would be sequels. However, there are new rumors that came out recently, a little bit less known. Not many people have heard of them, but there are rumors about Spider-Man 4 and Amazing Spider-Man 3. And these were rumors over a year ago. I don't think that they will happen. There's no point to make these movies. But I think it's funny that they say, I think it's funny. I think it's funny that we say, yeah, actually, Protocol, you're so right. I just read your, sorry, I'm going to get to some of the other questions in just a second, but you're so right. I do not want to go back and watch any of these videos just because I know that I'm going to have said something that I got wrong or stupid. Like, I know in one of my, I definitely know in one of my, in one of my Spider-Man No Way Home rumor videos, I'm probably like, nah, there is no way that Sandman will appear in this film or Goblin, and then it's just happened. So I'm just gonna avoid those videos. But yes, Stealth, really, there are rumors. Okay, so sorry, getting back to the my brother said Andrew's kind of PS4 Spider-Man. I don't know, maybe. To me, MCU Spider-Man really is different from the other Spider-Man we see on screen in terms of bringing up. It is grew in a world where superheroes really exist unlike the other Spider-Man movies. Yeah, so it's different. It's different because obviously Spider-Man in the MCU is obviously always going to be overshadowed by the Avengers. He's never going to be the main guy, and he's going to be inexperienced compared to the rest of them. How do you represent that? You can't have him be really heroic off the bat. In the other movies, you can because he's the only superhero there. He's the guy who's going to save the day. But in this universe, you got the Avengers. So if they introduce Miles Morales, I feel like he would be part of the Young Avengers squad with Kate Bishop, maybe Nova, and who knows else. Wiccan and Speed, maybe. Like you said, Kate Bishop. I haven't watched Hawkeye, by the way, yet, so no spoilers. Sorry, I haven't watched Hawkeye. Sorry, my bad. I'm streaming instead for you guys. I'm streaming. We're gonna wrap up in a minute though. I've got to go. But we are gonna talk a little bit longer, maybe 5 minutes, because I got to wrap up. I've got a busy day tomorrow. I've had a busy day today. So, by the way, one thing, video is going out tomorrow at 8 o'clock UK time. So that's like mid-afternoon for those of you in the US. Yeah, video going up about the Andrew catching MJ situation. Hi, Lewis. Just joined the stream. Would you say that we get one more trilogy for Pete, then transition to Miles, or two more trilogies, like a college and an adult one, then go to Miles? I reckon there'll be one more trilogy, and then they'll go to Miles. I reckon. I don't think they'll do two. I remember that rumor where they were saying like I remember that rumor where they said that there was going to be two more trilogies. There was going to be 9 Tom Holland movies. I don't think there will be. I think there'll be 6, maybe at most, at a push. I think there'll be 6. That's me guessing, though. I could be entirely wrong. Come 10 years, let's have a look where we're at. If they're starting a new trilogy, we'll see. How will the movie end? I reckon probably with everyone forgetting Peter as Spider-Man, then probably going on to I don't know. I reckon one of the ending shots is going to be of Peter and MJ most likely, rounding off the trilogy. Peter and I reckon Andrew and Toby will go back to their universes. I don't know about this rumor about Andrew staying in the MCU. I don't think that's going to happen. I think he'll just go back to the TASM universe because he has Aunt May. Technically, he has Mary Jane as well because Mary Jane was meant to be in TASM 2, played by Shailene Woodley, if you guys didn't know that. And so technically, he does have an MJ in that universe. I reckon Toby will go back. He'll do whatever he does. He's probably married to MJ by this point. So yeah, I do reckon they'll just go back to their universes. No one will stay in the MCU. And and then I reckon Peter and MJ will live happily ever after in the MCU. Go to college, maybe, or tease that they're going to college. And the post-credit scene, I reckon, will probably be a Venom thing. Something to do with Venom. Hello, Louis. Hi, Ray. How you doing? Sorry, I've literally been I've been talking so much about these other points. I've only just got here. Have you seen the merch where it sort of reveals Toby? I've seen it. Yeah, it's a part of all this new marketing stuff that's come out because there's been a big marketing push for No Way Home in the last couple of days, like TV spots, posters, merch. There's been a bunch of stuff for No Way Home. Andrew doesn't have an MJ. See, Ray, you always say this that just because it isn't in the movie, it isn't considered canon. That's true, but on the other hand, I think there's also a reason to think that he would have an MJ anyway, just because I think that I don't think they're going to keep Andrew in the MCU, just because I think it'd be a little bit too crowded. Why would they bring in Andrew? Well, not crowded. That's the wrong word to use. I don't think they'll keep Andrew in the MCU, just because I just don't think they will, just because I don't think they want to do any more movies with him. I don't think they want to do any more movies with Andrew. So I think that'd probably be considered a reason to take him back to his universe, potentially. Or they might. I reckon there could be a little. I reckon there might be a little throwaway line in there, maybe, where they talk about how they both have MJ, and Andrew's like, "I haven't met her yet," or something like that. But yeah, no, I think there's an MJ in the TASM universe. If it's considered canon or not. Technically, it's not, but I feel like an idiot now because there's so many. Oh, I read this. Unless Aunt May died in TASM universe and never met MJ, I don't see Andrew staying in the MCU. Yeah, that's the only way I see it happening. Is if Aunt May's dead. If Aunt May's dead, and he actually hasn't met MJ, I reckon he probably has at this point because they were in TASM 3. The direction they were going is that he meets MJ. That's after Gwen, and it kind of roll how it does in the comics, with him getting with MJ after Gwen. So I do reckon that's probably how it went if we're seeing an older version of Andrew. He's more likely to stay than Toby. Yeah, 100%. Because Toby at this point, like Spider-Man 3 obviously had them almost get married at one point. So I reckon at this point in the universe, like how I say Andrew has probably met MJ at this point if we're seeing an older version of Andrew, Toby is almost certainly married and had kids with MJ in his universe at this point. Probably. So I think Toby has less of a reason to stay than Andrew would, just because he'd be more into his life, I reckon, probably at this point. If Toby and Andrew do show up in Spider-Man No Way Home, would they come back in a future film? I don't think so. No, not at all. I don't think so. I think it'll just be this one, and just this one, just because it's a special thing, you know. If you know, let's just take logic out of the equation for a second. It's special, you know. We get these other two Spider-Men that, you know, most of us have grew up with, most of us grew up watching, most of us have seen on the screen plenty of times before, you know, in their own respective movies, the Tasm duology, the Raimi trilogy. You know, these characters we love, these characters that we debate and fight over all the time, whether it's on Twitter or whatever. Like, this is a moment for all of us. This movie is a moment for all of us. And I know some people will complain about the characterization of some of the characters. I know this is inevitable. I know some people won't be happy with how they're handled. But this is a moment for all of us to come together and celebrate. It's a special moment. We get to see all three of them together. Like, that boggles my mind. That's crazy to me. We get to see all of them together. Sorry, I'm getting really excited. I'm getting overwhelmed here. But this is crazy, man. It's crazy. So I don't think they will. Just off the base. Okay, you know, I can't not talk about money in this scenario, because yes, if they make loads of money, Sony are going to utilize that basis. However, you see them once, you see them again for the last time. It's special. Don't use them again. I don't think there's any reason to anyway. They've got Tom Holland. He makes loads of money. First Spider-Man movie to crack $1 billion. Yes, Endgame came before it, but it happened. It happened. It happened. I reckon No Way Home pre-COVID cracks $1 billion. I reckon it does. I reckon it does. I don't think so. Post-COVID, that's why I said pre-COVID, because I can't just say it'll crack $1 billion, because I don't think it will, because COVID happened. But pre-COVID, I, in my opinion, I think it cracks $1 billion. And as they are advertising this movie, it is mainly Tom Holland as they're advertising it. So I do not think that they need Andrew and Toby, because anyone that has watched Homecoming and Far From Home is going to see this movie. Whether they tell you they're watching it for Andrew and Toby or not, they are going to watch this movie anyway, because they watched the previous ones. So Sony, on that basis, do not need Andrew and Toby, just because Tom already makes them enough money. So logic, and without logic, Toby and Andrew, I don't think will come back. That was a really, really botched and long-winded explanation, but you get the point. You get the point. Protocol says, I hope before Toby and Andrew leave, they go back to their respective university, give Tom a heart-to-heart and even a group hug. You know what? I'd like that. I'd like a heart-to-heart. I'd like Toby and Andrew to teach something to Tom about being Spider-Man. You know, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. I'd like to see them maybe even add character to that. My video that's going out tomorrow talks about how Andrew's character can even grow in this film. Toby, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how they're going to really handle his character. But Andrew, with the whole MJ falling, I think that can really add to his character if he saves her. And I've got a video going out tomorrow explaining more in detail and in depth, more doing a character analysis of Andrew Garfield to explain how this will affect his character. And that's coming out tomorrow. And hopefully you guys are excited for that. How interesting do you think it'll be to see the villains interact with each other, especially Norman and Octavius? I never thought about that, actually. The Raimi villains are going to interact with each other. So are the Tasm villains. That's really cool. I can't wait for Toby to be a boner joke. Yeah, I hope that he isn't, but it'd be funny if he was. Just because it wouldn't be funny. I'd be annoyed. I really would. I really would. I can't lie. I would be. But I think the fandom's reaction would be funny. Twitter would be my daily entertainment. It really would. Yeah, me too, man. Even telling Tom that as Spider-Man, you can't always get what you want, but still having the responsibility to do the right thing. Yes. And with that, on that note, on the responsibility note, I'd walk out the movie theater. Oh, man. And the movie's still going to be great. Even if they weren't in it, the movie is still going to kick ass. On that note, I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you very much for tuning into the stream. I hope to do more of these. I'm hoping to try and get my Elgato sorted and the OBS software sorted and not breaking on me every 5 seconds so I can do more streams, but play Spider-Man PS4 and Spider-Man Miles Morales. I'll probably do a playthrough of PS4, then go through Miles Morales so we can have a little bit of continuity. But that is a plan I'm going to try to do in the future. What do you think of Spider-Man? Yeah, I'm gassed. I'm gassed, Jordan. Jordan, I haven't spoke to you in a while as well, man. What's going on? So I'm literally just finishing the stream. Anyway, yes. It's gonna be sick. Thank you all for watching the stream. If you did enjoy, make sure to like button, subscribe if you are new around here. Video going out tomorrow. Make sure you tune into that. I'm gonna try and get this sorted, the PS4. I'm trying my hardest. My Elgato right now that I've got doesn't really work that well. I don't know why, but I'm going to figure it out because I want to do streams where I can play games and you can actually be a bit more entertained than just watching my ugly mug the entire time. However, I try to be entertaining as I possibly can, but with that being said, once again, yeah, Jordan, no, I'm sorry. It wasn't because of you. I'm sorry, man. Watch the video tomorrow. It's going to be sick. Thank you. Have a great day as well. Everyone have a great day. Thanks for the donations, guys. It was a pleasure. I always love speaking to you guys as well. I'll see you guys in a bit. Take care. Take care and peace. Love you all.